Episode 11. The October Roundup. What's up, folks? How you doing? It is November the 4th, 2020. It's the day before my mum's birthday, actually. Happy birthday, Mum. She'll be the ripe old age of 70. Cool. I was 50 on October 23rd. And that was just momentous. It really was a momentous birthday. It was a momentous 2 weeks off. It was fantastic. I couldn't ask for any more. But I got more. I got so much more. It was just unbelievable. So the October Roundup there's quite a bit going on. There's quite a bit going on with it. And also, we have some bad news. We have some bad news, folks. This is the lineup for Leapfrog 2. Well, shit. SinnTrophyHunter's out. They're on day 52. I made it to day 50. Had to go back to work. Lost a lot of gaming hours. I'm back down to the 5 hours a day now. We gave it a good run. Was it restricting? Yes, it was. Because all I was doing was popping easy games, which really affected the Great True Trophy Challenge, the Great True Trophy Score Challenge, which is the other contest that me, Hell's Fate, and Almighty Sharkster are in, as you can see. Hell's Almighty Sin is doing okay. It's in 5th place at this moment in time, holding with 2,674 points. That is early days yet. We was in 2nd place yesterday. But going back to the Leapfrog here. Leapfrog, now we're out. We're going to keep watching it. Can't beat a good can of Dr. Pepper. We're going to keep watching it. My favourite, I have 2 favourites, 3 favourites actually, at the moment. Liquid Code. I don't know if he's going to win. Aikizumi. This guy is probably going to win. This guy's been showing a lot of promise. A new name to me. Slayer's holding his own at the moment. No disrespect to Slayer. Don't know Slayer very well. Don't know Ikamzi very well either. Ben Noddy's still in. There's no surprise. He's my favourite. Ben Noddy probably won't push it as far as he did last time. So I'm going to with Akamzi is going to actually win this. Ben Noddy's probably going to be 2nd. Liquid Code's probably going to be 5th. Slayer's going to be 3rd. That's my kind of guess. But Honey Brizzle is doing really, really good, especially in the True Trophy Score Challenge. Night Wasp is still hanging in there. Look at that. Good old Night Wasp. Well done. And Chef is still there. Jumbo Wario. I don't know Jumbo Wario. But we'll keep an eye on this. Next week, we'll find out what's going on. Should be very, very interesting next week. But yeah, sadly, I didn't get knocked out. I had to concede because I just wasn't being able to keep the pace of 50 trophies a day after getting back from work. So I got stupid frog in my throat. But yeah, that's the bad news right there. That sucks. And am I sad? No. No. it's now given me the ability to do what we should do in the True Trophy Score Challenge, and that's get decent points. Means playing more high-end games than Ratalaika or East Asia Soft. Those games, I've got nothing against those games at all. In fact, we've almost cleared up our whole list of those games that we own on the spreadsheet. So we are starting to hit the realms of Artifacts Monday and stuff like that. Artifacts Monday games are, if people don't know, Artifacts Monday games are mostly hidden object games. So you got a screen, it's got a lot going on the screen, and you got to find certain objects. There's trophies tied to it that if you go through a whole screen without making a mistake, you can get a trophy for that in some of those games. I've only played one of them, and that was the Tales of Glass and Ink, and it was good. I did forget a few things in the game, like sending the bird to go and pick up stuff that was out of my reach. I had a couple of people remind me on the stream when I was doing that. That I had the ability to do that. So those games are really involved. They tell a story throughout the whole thing. Not had too much experience with Artifacts Monday, but we did play a really, really good hidden object game I enjoyed an awful lot, and that was Tower of Beatrice. That actually makes it into my top 5 games. So here we got a little bit of a lowdown here of what's been going on. So we got 50 platinums in October, and we got 2 100% games. Let's go to the profile. Oh, just give me a second. Let's go to the profile. Okay, so we're in place or PSN profiles, my favorite site, and I've sorted them out to games that I've got that are 100%, basically platinum, or games that don't have a platinum, like this one here. And we'll go all the way down to Read 2, which is the first one on the October. I did both of them at the same time. Read 2 was okay. It's in the words of Bad Driver, I did find it a little bit easier than Read. Read Remastered. Not a bad platformer. Like I say, I'm awful at platforming, but it wasn't too bad. It hung there for a little while, as you can see. And then we were Alpha Set, which is probably one of my favourite Palgi games yet. I enjoyed Alpha Set quite a lot. Crossovers was okay, but Alpha Set I enjoyed a lot more. Then we got the Epic Word Search Collection 2. We picked that up in the sale. Distraint. And we did Swordbreaker as well. Grasscutter, which was quite funny. We managed to get Dark Souls out of the way. Thank God. Farming Simulator 17, probably by far my favourite game of this month that I've played and finished. Now we're saying played and finished, not just played, not new games that have come out in October, but games that I've played in October and finished. And yeah, Farming Sim, even though it says 1 year, 5 months, is because I put a trophy on to get the list up ages ago. I bought this at Walmart at a very cheap price of $5. It was in one of those clearance areas. Really, really good deal. Enjoyed it. Loved it. Such a good game. You don't have to do any of your own farmyard. You can just do jobs for other farmers and stuff. Very easy platinum. Very nice looking platinum as well. You know, the game looked really, really nice. In my opinion. And we got Jigsaw Abundance. Okay, not as good as Jigsaw Zen. or Zen Jigsaw. I enjoyed Zen Jigsaw a lot better than Jigsaw Abundance. Jigsaw Abundance was a bit of a no-brainer, really. And we got crossovers. Again, I enjoyed it, but Alpha Set was probably my more favourite Palgi game. So if you guys are looking for a pretty cool Palgi game, Alpha Set is definitely one of those. Energy Invasion, we revisited a little bit of Blast from the Past because we did Energy Invasion on the PS4 a while back, not realising that I had a gun on the ball, because it's like a bat and ball thing where you got the slider at the bottom, then the ball, and then the ball had gun. So it made it a lot easier. I managed to make it through the PS4 version without even using the gun because I didn't even know it was there. Knighting, or Knighting Plus. Actually quite a fun game. Doesn't make it into my top 5 though. It was good, and it was a blast from the past from again from like old dungeon crawlers and stuff like that. Very simple. Nice, fast, easy platinum. Then we got Siberian, the time traveling warrior. Now I actually enjoyed this a little bit more than I thought I was going to, just because now this is the, it's funny how you read reviews of a game and you get disheartened by the review. You get some people that will review, say Siberian. I was told in a review that it's a fairly difficult game for a Ratalaika game, and no, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was ready for it being something that was going to hand me my ass, and it did a couple of times until I got used to some of the moves and that. I think it's most games, really, isn't it? And it took me three. What is it? It says 2 days here, but one of them took me about 3 hours, something like that, 5 hours. Word Maze, Palgi again. Word Maze was quite cool. Now, if you're dyslexic, you won't enjoy any of these games, but they're still quite fun. Intruders, Hide and Seek, one of my favourite. This comes in at my 3rd top game this week, or this month even. Sorry. Then we got Attack Toy Tanks back on the Vita. A lot easier than the PS4 because I kind of knew what I was doing then. Another one of my all-time favourites, but did it on the Vita, was Neon Junctions. Great puzzle game. Then we got Epic Word Search Collection, not Epic Word Search Collection 2, but Epic Word Search Collection. They are quite good games. They are quite good games. If you're going to play it without a guide and stuff like that, I mean, you're going to need trophy list if you're going to be platinum hunting it. But for just something to pass your time away, Epic Word Search Collection games are really good. That's, when I say games, I'm talking about Collection 1 and 2. Yeah, enjoyable. Dark Souls again, because we got brave, because we've done Dark Souls on the Vita, which was a much smaller screen. Dark Souls on the PS4. It took me 6 days. Dark Souls on the Vita took me 2 months, you see. Dark Souls did scare me because it's a pretty busy platformer. And we got Just Ignore Them. That was quite fun. Great fun story as well. 15 hours on that one. Back to Word Maze. One-Eye Coof. Really, this game was different than what I thought. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. I thought I was going to be running around as a one-eyed monster, but it's very tribal. It's a very tribal game. That's all I can say. And with a guide, it's pretty easy. It took me 1 hour, 10 minutes. But without a guide, there are a few trophies that I could see that would be a little bit tricky because there are certain things you have to do to get to that point. You can get to that point without doing those things, but without doing those things, you kind of avoid the trophy, if you know what I mean. Then we got Delta Squad. Now, Delta Squad, I enjoyed it. Not what I thought it was going to be, but I still enjoyed it. Top-down shooter. Kind of reminded me a little bit like Ikari Warriors or something like that, way back. I thought it was going to be like Delta Squad on... Now, was it the Amiga? Commodore Amiga, I think it were. And it was really quite cool. It was like a turn-based XCOM type style game. But no, different. But it played well and it looked good. Had a bit, had a lot of fun with it. Hobraxia, love it. Hobraxia is, that's my 5th all-time favorite game of this month. Arcade shooter with the spaceship and shit. Various different scenarios, like obviously the normal arcade run through all the levels. Then there's survival, then there's Shield Maiden, then there's rescue the astronauts and stuff like that. Pretty cool shooter. Then we got Devious Dungeons. Okay, so Devious Dungeons gave me the same sort of feeling that I had on Siberian the Time Traveling Warrior. But once you got a few levels behind you, and it does take a bit of a grind, but once you get a few levels behind you, your character does pretty well. All right, and then we got Siberian the Time Traveling Warrior, again, PS4. Look at this, big difference, 1 hour, 2 minutes. 2 days, 4 hours. I wasn't at all put off by this game after I'd done the Vita. Then we got One Night Stand. What a great game. What a great game. This game's really cool. It's got quite a few different endings to it. Play it all the way through however you like, and then chase up the endings, because the endings are really change the story, as you would expect. Mooseman, another tribal game. Not too bad. I would say that the collectibles in this game are pretty tricky if you don't know kind of what you're doing. If you didn't have a guide or anything like that, you would be pretty lost. Because it's all background stuff. You got to pay attention to all the little glyphs in the background and shit to know what to do. And even then, when you do what you think you got to do and you get no sort of response or anything like that, you kind of move on because you think that, okay, well, maybe it's not here. A lot of collectibles, but use a guide, definitely. Jesse was good. There's another one of those visual novel type things, but you play an investigator. Obviously it's a murder. It's in a coffee shop. Various different endings. It was fun. The story, it was okay. I enjoyed the One Night Stand better than Jesse, but Jesse, don't give it a miss. Don't give it a miss. Square Boys versus Bullies. Oh God. So I was looking forward to playing this game. Thinking, I kind of thought that it would be a 2D scroller fighting game type thing. But by golly, is there some hard fights in this game. I think it's a Ratalaika game as well. Probably my hardest Ratalaika game I've played yet. And there is a way of cheesing it. Okay, folks? There is a way of cheesing it. So imagine that this little square here is going to be your full screen, right? And it's a 2D scroller, like I said. If you stand in the bottom left corner and face left, so you're facing out of the screen, and it does help if you move, you hold your controller left stick left as well, so you're walking left, but you can't go left, so you're walking against the screen. All the bad guys will kind of walk past you, go off the screen, and then come back down to where you're standing. And if you're just spamming flying kick or spinning kick, I think spinning kick worked better for me. If you keep spamming that, you're just going to be killing them off screen, which is kind of cool. But it doesn't work all the time. And there's still some pretty hard fights because you've got to get your character from the middle to the bottom left without being beaten up or anything like that. When you get into the later stages with the ninjas and stuff, it can be a bit tricky, but it does work. And it works, that kind of tactic works on the Vita as well as the PS4. Inksplosion, another game that gave me chills like Siberian. Tricky, but once you get into a flow, now it's not leveling up or anything like that. Well, you do level up in it. There's trophies for leveling up. But it's once you get into the flow, there's no stopping you, and you'll get the platinum in 1 hour, 13 minutes. That's what I did. Vita, there is a trick to it because the Vita, I don't think this really was designed for the Vita because all the detail with the ink or paint that's being splattered all over the screen and stuff like that from your shots and from the bad guys' shots starts to slow the Vita down. So they actually brought out a patch where you can turn the ink off, and by golly does it play so much better. And that's why I managed to nail it in 1 hour 13 minutes. It's got various different modes on it. You got trophy for playing hardcore. That's only shooting or killing one bad guy. That's it. You're done. You got the trophy. Then play it in arcade, which is tricky because the scenes change, and when you're first playing it, you don't realize, and you think, why am I dying so fast? Well, there's like walls that appear and then they disappear, and when they're solid white, they're there, and if you're on them or near them or getting hit by them, you're losing damage. You're losing health, and when they grayed out, you're fine. But when you get into the arena mode, which is the final mode I played, all those walls are away, so you can just go around the edges if you like and just keep shooting and hope for the best. But I say you get into a flow, so it's skill dependent a little bit, but it's more like it's one of those games that once you zen out, you're good, you know. Then we got just ignore them again. 0000. Now then, what can I say about this game? Again, gave me the Siberian chills. Poor old Siberians getting some flack here. 0000. I saw Bad Driver do a video on it ages ago. I watched it and I was like, this isn't my kind of game. I don't think I'll ever be playing this. And eventually it came up on my spreadsheet and I was like, Jesus, really? So I picked it up, and I want to say there are levels out there that are impossible. But fortunately, you only have to get, I believe, 49 levels. Okay. Now then, there is a clause to this. And I found this out to my own what would I say? Demise, maybe. It's not a game that you can play 20 levels, 5 levels, 15 levels, save and come back to it later. Unless you want a platinum, you have to do the whole 49 levels in one sitting. Okay, so I managed to get it up to like 40. I think it was 47 levels. I think is it 39 levels? Hang on a minute. Let's have a quick look. I think it's 39 levels. Oh, 34 levels. So not 49. I do apologise. I'm thinking of other game. So level 34. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I got the second from last trophy. Had to go to bed. Saved it. Happy that you could save it and shit like that. And come back to it. And I counted, because you got these little pips at the bottom of the screen of how many levels you've cleared. Now there's like, I want to say 200 or maybe 100 levels in the whole game. And so you got all these empty pips and you got some white pips, which are the levels that you've completed. Well, the clause to this game is you got to do it all in one sitting. If you do what I did and save it and come back, this trophy here, dragon, does not pop. Even if you've got 35, 37, 40 levels completed, it will not pop. You have to do all of it in one go. All of it. And it's like, oh man. So once I found that out, I managed to knock this out with the Vita and the PS4 version. As you can see, keeps flicking up there. As you can see, we got the Vita. Then we did Epic Word Search Collection again, Explosion. Tower of Beatrice. This is the one I was telling you about, the hidden object game. Loved, 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 loved it. It is my second most favourite game of the month that I've played. Loved it. Very cute. Very cute. Definitely worth picking up, folks. It goes in the sales now and then, so yeah, hit it up. Hobraxia on the Vita. Found it a little bit more difficult on the Vita because of the smaller screen. Knighting on the Vita, again. That was pretty cool, easy to do once I got the PS4 version done. We got Distraint on the Vita. We did that on the PS4 the other month. Explosive Jake wasn't too bad, actually. No timers or anything like that. You can take your time on it. But I will say that if you do die, you have to do the whole thing again. So if you're deciding to explode everything all the way around the map to find a key, only to die, then you'd have to remember where you found that key. So that key, it's not all randomly generated. That's the main thing. There's some good guides out there on YouTube. It's how to describe it. It's like Bomberman. And I never really played Bomberman back in the day. I've seen it, and I never really got the idea of how to play Bomberman. So this is my first experience of that kind of thing. And it wasn't too bad. Like I say, the levels are not randomly generated, so the key is always in the same place. The door is in the same place. You have to explode these crates to reveal the key or the door, and then move on to the next level. Then we got Devious Dungeons again, and then we got Square Boy versus Bullies again on the Vita, which really, probably the bane of the game for the month. Palm reading, no brainer, really isn't. But it's a pretty cool. If it's true how the palms are read, it's a pretty cool educational toy that will teach you a lot about yourself and the lines in your hands and stuff. Sims 4, we just platinumed that this morning. Didn't take us long at all because there is a guide out there. Check it. Check out the guide. Very good guide. It does work 100%. You could get the platinum in 2 hours easy. Very easy. I would love to have played this legitimately, but we needed points at the time. And I wanted to try the guide out as well, so I did. And like I say, the guide was spot on, 100%. I think this is a game I would probably keep on my system and just have running in the background for fun, and see how they evolve. What challenges I can do and stuff like that. I enjoyed Sims 4. Did enjoy Sims 4. So anyway, so we got to break it down. There was another game that I missed out. Where is it? There is another game. Swordbreaker. Because we went from Distraint to Grasscar. Swordbreaker. Now this game I mentioned in the other vlog with that it was one of my favorite games of that week. Like a Steve Jackson novel. That's what it reminded me of. The old Warlock of Firetop Mountain, Steve Jackson RPG books that you had like a character sheet in the front of it. You rolled a dice to find out what you were going to be doing next and stuff. Turn to page so and so. This had the same sort of feature in that where it had several numbers across the top of the screen, and you got to choose like one out of whatever, how many numbers there were. Various different endings, but I enjoyed Swordbreaker. Swordbreaker is my 4th favorite game. So we got Intruder. No, we got Farming Simulator 17 being the first. Second was Tower of Beatrice. Intruders, Hide and Seek is my 3rd. My 4th is Swordbreaker, and my 5th would be Herbaxia. Those would be my games of the month that I enjoyed, and the whole criteria of picking those games is I have to finish them, as you can see, to actually rate it, review it, or whatever, talk about it, because there's no point in having a game. So if we go back up here and we can take this off completion and we just go back to all, we're going to have a few other games now. So Harvey and Edna and Harvey, the Breakout. As you can see, I got no trophies in it. I have started it. I like it. It's a point and clicky type adventure. It's a bit like Day of the Tentacle. It gives me that kind of vibe. We got Legend of Skyfish. Fantastic game by Ratalacker. This probably is one of my all-time favorite Ratalacker games at the moment. It's so well done. Anybody who hasn't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's not a kind of game that you would have thought Ratalacker would do. It's polished. It really is polished. Not saying that Ratalacker games aren't polished, but most Ratalacker games that I've played so far are like 8-bit style. This is not. This is not at all. And good puzzles. Not too taxing at the moment. We're halfway through it. Definitely worth picking up. But I can't review it because I haven't finished it, But even though I like it a lot. And Devious Dungeons 2, I'm actually enjoying after Devious Dungeons. Devious Dungeons was a lot easier than Devious Dungeons 2. But I believe next week I'll go into that. I should have that finished. What else have we got that we did start somewhere along the line? Oh yeah, Ratchet and Clank All for One, yeah. Not a bad game at all. Playing that with my team on the Great True Trophy Score Challenge. Hell's Fate's already got the platinum in it already, and so has the Almighty Sharkster. So I'm the only one that needs to follow up and finish a couple of trophies off to get that platinum. Obviously GTA 5 I've been playing. I played that on the 50-hour stream that we did, and came back to it after that for a little while. Really a fun game to just play with your friends, do some races, just hang out and mess about. Don't take the game seriously. If you're going to go and do a job and you want to do like heists or stuff like that, you can do it with your mates, but you're going to definitely fail a good few times before it's like, okay guys, let's get a little bit serious and try and finish it. But great fun all round. Perils of Baking is like a Mario style 2D platformy type game. To me, that's what I think. A lot in it. There's a lot of hidden stuff in it, so that's why we haven't finished that just yet. And because there's a lot of other games, but so I can't really review those yet until I finish them. So that's what we have done this month. And so the game of the week is Tower of Beatrice. That game definitely is fun. Puzzles aren't too bad. There are some puzzles that would have you stumped for a while. You'd probably go to a guide and you'd start kicking yourself going, oh yeah, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, definitely give that a go, guys. Like I say, hits the sales now and then. I picked it up in the sale. I picked it up for like $3, I think it were. It's like $7, I think. So let's go have a look at what goals I set myself here. Now, is this the right one? Because this looks a little bit. Oh, there we go. Stay in the green again, obviously. I wanted to go for 270 plats. Got 253. I did say 250 was more realistic. I thought I would get a lot more on the 50-hour stream, but I chatted a lot more on 50-hour stream. And the world rank, I was aiming for 6,100. I smashed it. I literally smashed it. So there's like 5,058 at the moment. Right here. Bottom right here. And USA rank, I wanted to get to a 1,000. We were so close. 20 points off. And we're up 44 from last week. And we're up from 174. See, the numbers are really getting lower, smaller and smaller now. Finish the intro was the other goal that I had. Nope. I'm really doing poorly on this intro thing. So the intro, I think, is going to take priority. He says, all right, goals for next week. I really... So, goals for November, I would really love to get to 300 platinums. Now, that 53 platinums from the 200 came thick and fast. So, I reckon this week, we're going to make that 260. Because, like I say, we're back to work now, so we only have... we only have 3 hours a day. No, 5 hours a day of game time. Except for today, we're not gaming. Country rank, that's 1,000. That number's getting slower to get, or harder to get down. So I'm going to go with 1,000 on the world rank again. No, on the US rank. USA rank 1,000. 20 points doesn't sound an awful lot, but when you start getting into the big stuff with the big players and stuff, they're moving as well as. So you're lucky if you're not going down. If you're holding your place, that's cool. If you're climbing nickel and dime, then that's cool as well. So world rank, I want to get that to 5,000. We go with kind of round numbers. So we'll get 5,000 on world rank and stay in the green. It's pretty much similar to the last goals that we had. I guess it's going to start become uniform in that way. Finish intro. Would love to try and get that done. So, those are what's going on with PSN profiles. And then we've got, so we'll close that. We'll go to this for a minute. We've dealt with Leapfrog. So we'll keep that closed. So how's Almighty Sin? Yesterday we were in second place. This just goes to show you how fast these guys are moving. We're not doing too badly in respect. We're staying in the top 10 of the leaderboard at the time. So doing pretty good. And as you can see, now I'm out of Leapfrog. Now I'm starting to put in the points, And apologies to Almighty Sharkster and Hell's Fate for carrying me for so much. And they're probably both of them, or if not, Hell's Fate was probably like, why doesn't he dump it? Why doesn't he dump Leapfrog? I dump Leapfrog. Why doesn't he dump Leapfrog? And let's show him what we can do. Well, now you can see that I've scored in the last 3 days 1,490 points. It is due to the Sims 4. Great game, great platinum, good points. As you can see, Sharky's doing it as well. He hasn't quite got the platinum yet, or he needs to sync. Once he does, we're going to go up at least 2,000 points. Hell's Fate, I don't think is going to try it until later on. But that is a state of play at the moment. We're starting to do pretty good. You see, Sharky's done 51 trophies, the same as me, and only scored 871. There's a reason for that. Sharky decided to play the Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. And I was like, no, dude, don't do it because it's just come out. And he's like, but I thought the game was old. And I was like, yeah, no, the game's old for the PS3, but it just came out recently for the PS4. So people are hitting it up and the decay's going to be heavy. Poor guy started on minus 19 points in the contest. And we were like, uh-oh. But minus 19 isn't that bad. And we're in 5th. So we're good. So we are starting to stick in the points now. Hell's Fate, he's been doing an awful lot of hard work. I don't blame him for bringing in 313. It's my turn to carry everybody. Hell's Fate needs to take a break probably. Relax a bit. Although, you know, he's doing some of his fighting challenges because it's the fighting challenge this week. We've got to get 20 trophies in fighting games. Now, my thought on this is I'm going to spread it over the games that I do have so that I don't have to go into... I hate fighting games. I really do. Probably my worst genre to play ever. Okay, so that's the contest. So let's talk about what games came out. And there have been quite a few games that have come out in October. One of them that I picked up, we pre-ordered it. It was Star Wars Squadrons. Started using that for the Great True Trophy Score Challenge, but the decay on it was huge. So I only popped a few trophies, then backed off, which is probably the reason why we got into trouble in the first place. But after that, I got very conscious about what games to play. And the scoring was not easy to get my head around. Hell's Fate had to explain it to me, break it down a little bit, and then he explained a little bit more to me day before yesterday. And so I think I've got a formula now to see what games I should be playing, what games I should be looking at, and maybe what games that I should be looking at buying if I had the ability to buy, which I do. I got quite a few goodies for my birthday, and one of them was the $50 PSN store credit, which is yummy. That was from my wife. Thank you so much, Kat. Love you. And so we'll be making some good use of that, but it's all strategy, and looking forward to putting in some real heavy points now. And I guess it's a bit of a relief that we're out of Leapfrog, not being restricted to fast games, because we have to make the trophy total up instead of the points the points total up. But yeah, Star Wars Squadrons is the only game I picked up out of all those games that came out this month. I enjoyed it. I played finished the story on the first level. I think was Cadet or something. Pilot. Finished it on Pilot. And yeah, blast from the past from X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Loved that game when it first came out for PC or Amiga. And so definitely a pretty good pickup. We'll be definitely going back to that at some point. But we got Crash Bandicoot 4. Now, that one took me by surprise. Oh my God. We just had that trilogy, the Insane Trilogy, come out a while back, but not expecting that there was going to be a Crash Bandicoot 4 coming out. That came out in October. Then you got Ride 4. That's another one that sneaks up on me, but then again, I haven't really paid too much attention to ride games. FIFA 21. Oh dear. What can I say? I feel sorry for Dark Destroyer. He got very excited about it. He's a very, very big footy fan. He's a Spurs or Tottenham fan. And, he was looking forward to picking it up. He picked it up day one. And the only thing with FIFA 21 is the Elland Road Stadium is not in the Premier League. Is it Premier League Cup or something like that? It's not there, and so he was really pissed because he felt like he'd been shortchanged, and then it's like kind of scandal of this is FIFA 19 reskinned like FIFA 20 was. And yeah, FIFA is, I mean, it's got a lot of people that like to play it and stuff, FIFA 21, but people are feeling that they're getting cheated more and more. These FIFA games come out. I do have a few of them. I have them up to 18, but I haven't really played them that much. It's just because I was collecting games. And then we got G.I. Joe Operation Blackout. Now, I knew this was coming out. I've played G.I. Joe thingy. I think it was something Cobra on the PS3. That was pretty tricky, but it was quite good. I enjoyed it. This one, I don't know what I'm expecting from it, but at some point I'll pick it up. Then we got Remothered, The Broken Porcelain. I haven't played this or any Remothered games. I heard the Remothered games are pretty good. Scary. Then we got Cloudpunk. Not a game that I've heard of. NHL 21, so National Hockey League. I guess Almighty Sharkster is probably all over that because he's a big, huge hockey fan. Amnesia Rebirth. Now the Amnesia collection has been on the PSN store in the sales quite repeatedly. Yeah, repeatedly. So Rebirth, is this going to be an anthology coming out? Maybe? With Rebirth and all the others? You never know. Ghost Runner, never heard of it. But that's came out. Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel. Now, I've heard of Trials of Cold Steel. I believe that's another Japanese anime game type style thing. Then we got Watchdog Legion. Now, this game came out just recently, 29th of October. A friend of mine, Matty Matt, played it. He didn't like it at first because of the frame rates and everything like that. He felt like it was a broken game. Performance rate and stuff like that. And having to feel like you have to drop down all of the options, for having it look nice and stuff like that to make it run nice would make you feel cheated. And I would say the same thing. I would say that I'd be like, oh my gosh. And one of his words, his words were, if you're going to bring out a game for a PS4, you're going to make sure that it works on the PS4. And me and a few other friends were discussing with him, saying, well, maybe it's been tested out on the PS4 Pro, which is a much more powerful machine. Is this right? No, it's not right. It should be tested on the minimum spec machine, the PS4, and it should be cleared. And a lot of people are feeling that games that have been coming out over the last few years are not quality assured tested. They're not played by game testers or anything like that as much as they used to be. Beta testing is not what it used to be, that kind of thing. That the trend now, games are coming out broken and they fix them along the way. Now, there's the fear of some developers fixing it so far and then being like, oh, we're done with this, just let it go. That's a scary thought. Dark Pictures, the anthology, Little Hope. Now, Dark Pictures, I believe, is like all of the games like Man Maiden and stuff, if I'm right. Something I definitely want to look into, and that came out October 30th. And those are the few games that have come out in October. November is kicking off pretty good at this moment in time as well. Like November's PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, and there's also the PlayStation 5 collection or PSN collection coming out that includes PS5 with like, I think it was like 18 games. But PS Now, November. Oh, my PlayStation's just picked up my voice. We got Formula 1 2020. This game just not long came out on disc. It went, one of my friends loves Formula 1 and runs a group and stuff like that on the stream. Then we got Injustice 2 and Rage 2. Now, I've seen this been streamed a good few times and I like the look of it. It looks a bit like, it does remind me of Far Cry New Dawn. I haven't played Far Cry New Dawn, but again, I've watched that a lot as well. And it has the kind of same vibe. It probably is a lot different. But those are the PS Now games that we've got, which is, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Formula 1, I can't wait to play that with my friends. I cannot wait to play that with my friends. Rage 2, can't wait to stream that. Injustice 2, I'd like to avoid like the plague, but it's got trophies, so we're going to have to play it at some point. Pardon me. That's the Dr. Pepper coming back at me now. So, quite an exciting month. October was quite an exciting month, and November is looking pretty good. November also sees, in 2020, on the 12th of November, it also sees the release of the PS5 in the United States. And I'm only just saying the United States because I don't know about the UK. I should have done some research on that. And I got a piece of hair standing up there. There we go. We are going to get one. But whether we're going to get it before the end of the year, I don't know. I'm optimistic. We missed a pre-order because I had no intention of getting it because I've got so much going on behind me here. That's just PS3 that's there, and PS4 is just in front of it. Totaling around about 800 games, probably 900 games, just on the shelf itself. And so that's a lot of games to be getting on with without having the PS5 introduced. And PS5 did get its first PS Plus game. And I believe, what was that? That was something snacks. Bug Snacks. Looks cool. But Bug Snacks is coming out for the PS4 as well. So don't fret, folks. It does look pretty cool. Did I want to see a cutesy game coming out for the PS5 at first? No, not really. I wanted to see something that was like, wow, but Bug Snacks it is. And I guess we're going to start seeing a bit of a change on the face of PS Plus and PS Now with the PS5 coming up. How long do you think it will be before we get the first PS5 game on PS Now? And I think the subscription for my PS Now will be coming up pretty soon, and I can guarantee you I will be resubbing. It is totally worth it to me at the moment in time. There's so much content on there that I could use with trophies, with streaming. There's a lot of old school games there that people would love to see, and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely, I would like to think that it would be at least quarter of the way through 2021, and then we'll start seeing PS Now games for PS5. I would be pretty gutted if I bought a PS5 and I was getting PS5 games on PS Plus, and it looks like there's only one at the moment, Bug Snacks. But it is getting that huge update with 18 games. I would be pretty pissed about having bought a game. It's going to be probably AAA because I don't think there's any small things coming out for it yet. So it'd be AAA or big retail, and then have it come out on the PS now a few months later. It'd be like, whoa, that sucks. May as well stop buying games and just wait for PS now. Might be a way forward though, you know. So yeah, that I believe is all of the game stuff we did. Now this was amazing. Last week, was it last week? Yeah, I would say last weekend. Actually, we managed to get enough subs to give away a game on Twitch. Not only one game, it was 2 games. We had 30 subscribers, and I was like, holy cow. Now this all came from the 50-hour stream, or most of it came from the 50-hour stream for like birthday sub and that like that. And I thank you so much to everybody who came by, subbed, enjoyed the stream, helped me get through the stream. Too many names to mention, but one name I'd like to mention is the Almighty Sharkster, because before we did the giveaway on the day, we were 41 subs. Now that was incredible, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I said, you know, we'll leave the giveaway until the end of the stream, because if there's 4 more people that come in and sub, we can give away 3. Well, the Almighty Sharkster, bless him, and I know times are hard for him and everybody else. He gift subbed 4 subs to somebody, or to 4 people. This put us up to 45 subs, so now I give away 3 games. So we did the draw, and Sharky, Almighty Sharkster, won. So that was cool. He took X-Blaze Lost Memories. Really is actually his wife, M Native Chick, won. So they took Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, Really B and Emily, they're good friends and good supporters of the stream themselves, and they've won. This is the 3rd time they've won, which is kind of uncanny. And then there is another winner that doesn't know he's won yet. So, St. Ryan, if you're watching this, you won the draw as well. So you have a game to pick. I will get in touch with you, St. Ryan, if you're not watching this or you haven't seen this beforehand. I'll get in touch with you and tell you that you've won, and you get a choice of various games. But yeah, and so it's been an absolutely fantastic month for SinnTrophyHunter, the stream on Twitch, gaming in general for me, gaming in general for a lot of us PlayStation players. Watch Dogs Legions is now picking up. It's had, I believe, various updates to it. My friend Matt is now really enjoying it and can't put the game down. All I see when I see him online is him playing Watch Dogs Legions. Whereas at first he was very heartbroken by it, that he didn't want to touch it again. Went back to it and was like, okay, well, you know, I can get around this, and then I can get around this, and now I guess things have started to improve. So nice one, Matt. Anyway, folks, that I believe is the October roundup. I look forward to doing these roundups because there is a lot more information in them than the weekly ones. For what do we see in SinnTrophyHunter in the next week? I hope to see a lot of high points in the Great True Trophy Score Challenge. I hope to see us close to the 300 platinums. I goal is to get to, by the end of November, 300 platinums, which would be cool. Then we'll probably start to get noticed, and just have some really good fun and keep that stream running, I guess. because it's all good fun. And some of those that people that so there's a guy who approached me the other day and he said started streaming and he got a little bit disheartened, and was going to give it up. And I said, dude, he said it's just that I don't have time. And I'm like, okay, well, I checked out his stream and I said, well, it looks like you definitely could do 1 hour. So why don't you do 1 hour on a Saturday and Sunday, and make it that as your thing? Because I explained to him, back in the day when TV programs were TV programs, we'd have to, we wanted to watch our favorite Doctor Who or something like that. There was no on-demand TV. There was no streaming TV or anything like that. You had to wait for that specific time to come round and you would tune in. And I said, the thing is, if you're going to do like an hour or so, something like that, somebody's going to have an hour in their day that they're going to put aside to tune in. So don't lose heart. And I said, and if that evolves, then you could probably do 1 hour every day, which would make you even more consistent, because he was worried about the consistency and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing him evolve. Yet to drop into one of his streams, but from the vlog, the VODs that I've watched, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, folks, this will be the October roundup. I'm SinnTrophyHunter. I can't speak to save my life. Have a wonderful rest of the day and a fantastic November. Peace.